Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I will be talking and analyzing the Mississippi governor election that will be taking place tomorrow. Sorry for the lack of content recently. Haven't posted a video in a while. I apologize for that. I'll be trying to post a lot more often. Trying to get I still haven't got myself into the rhythm of making videos like I used to do. So I apologize for that, but I'll be right back on track soon, I hope. But today I'll be talking about the 2023 Mississippi gubernatorial race. If you want to see videos about the Kentucky gubernatorial race, which is also being held tomorrow, I'm not gonna be talking about that. If you want to hear my prediction for it though, Beshear probably 3 points, Democrat incumbent governor. So that's what my prediction for the Kentucky race. But I'm not gonna talk a lot about it. I'm going to be talking a lot, though, about the Mississippi governor race. So Mississippi, when you think about Mississippi, you don't really think of a competitive state. You really think about a Republican's strong state. Obviously, it makes sense. In the presidential elections in the past, Trump won it in 2020, last presidential election, by a lot. I believe 16 points against Joe Biden. 2016, he won by the same amount again. And in 2012, Mitt Romney won against Obama. And in 2008, John McCain also won against Obama in Mississippi. So obviously, the last time the Mississippi's voted Democrats, probably a long time ago. I believe 1964. I could be wrong in that. But Mississippi is not a really competitive state. So it's interesting because I believe that this is a really close election, and I believe it's a toss-up. The incumbent governor, well, here are the candidates. The Republican nominee is the incumbent Republican governor. His name's Tate Reeves. He's running for a second term. Last year, he won against Jim Hood, who was the Attorney General, who people believed was the strongest candidate. He won by 6 points, which is close for Mississippi still. But the last election without Tate Reeves was Phil Bryant, and he won by a lot, like 30 points or something around that. So, again, really Republican state. But Tate Reeves isn't a really strong candidate, and I feel like he's going to be a weaker candidate this election. Tate Reeves has had one of the biggest welfare scandals in the whole history of Mississippi. Has the biggest welfare scandal. He gave money to his personal trainer, and with taxpayer money, and spent a lot of stuff to upgrade the mansion, give himself a pay raise and stuff. And he just did a lot of corrupt things in his first term. So that's one reason why he's going to be a weaker candidate. That's probably the main reason too. But Tate Reeves, what he's really campaigning on, I guess, the economy and jobs. I really think he's riding off of Joe Biden making jobs and saying it's his reasoning. And also he did do some tax cuts. So that's what he's really campaigning on. Oh yeah, also giving a pay raise to teachers. That's what he's campaigning on too. But that's Tate Reeves, the incumbent Republican governor. And the main part about why I think this is going to be really close is not, well, I do think the welfare scandal is going to be one of the reasons why it's going to be close. But I do think one of the other reasons this is going to be really close is Brandon Presley. Now, Brandon Presley, if you recognize the last name, it's because Brandon Presley is Elvis Presley's second cousin. Fun fact of the day. He was a public commissioner of Mississippi. I believe he was a former. I'm not sure. Let me check. Yeah, he's the public commissioner, or the public commission. He did a lot of stuff to expand, or what public commissioners do. But he is running as a more moderate Democrat. He is running as a pro-life Democrat too. Brandon Presley, I believe, is a really strong candidate. He's not really a politician in many ways. He was the mayor before he was public commissioner, he was the mayor of a small little town, which he did a lot of good stuff in. And he's really, a rural fella, and he's not really a politician, which I think is going to help a lot. Because Tate Reeves is, involved in this big welfare corrupt scandal. So I feel like Brandon Presley, being a rural person is going to help. But I feel like Brandon Presley's also campaigning well. His messaging is like, I'm like you to average Mississippian. I understand your pain. Tate Reeves doesn't. He's in the governor's mansion spending your tax money on ice machines. Fun fact, Tate Reeves spent $4,000 on ice machines with taxpayer money. That's just a fun fact. He doesn't understand what Mississippians go through. And he's campaigning on ending corruption. And, obviously, because Tate Reeves is really corrupt. He is campaigning on making more jobs than Tate Reeves, ending the grocery sale tax, and also cutting in half the car tax. And he's also, one of the main things he's campaigning on, besides being corrupt, Tate Reeves being corrupt, obviously, he wouldn't want to be campaigning on being corrupt, is expanding Medicaid and opening up rural hospitals again, because rural hospitals have been decreasing a lot in Mississippi, which is really bad, and also putting funding in public schools. So I think Brandon Presley's a really strong candidate, because, well, I'll move it here. So, obviously, this is Mississippi, here are the states, but let me go to the analysts. Brandon Presley and Tate Reeves. Obviously, Mississippi is a really Republican state, but I do believe that Brandon Presley has a real chance. I really do believe in Brandon Presley. Brandon Presley, here's when it comes to strategic things. Brandon Presley's been doing a lot to aim to black voters in turnout. Obviously, black voters are really a big part of Mississippi voting. Mississippi has the highest black population. I believe like 45% of the population is black. So, and obviously, black voters tend to vote for Democrats or support Democrats. So Brandon Presley's really trying to reach out to them and try to make them turn out. But while he's trying to turn out black voters, he's also trying to win over some white working class families that might have voted for Reeves last time but regret their decision. And he's trying to say to them, I support the middle class. Tate Reeves is corrupt. Yada yada yada. So I feel like he has a really good strategy of winning the most two crucial voting parts in Mississippi. The black vote and the white working class. While that too, he obviously is trying to aim towards rural voters who feel neglected and don't feel involved in politics or feel like they're benefiting from politics or from Governor Tate Reeves. Brandon Presley's really aiming for that. He's really trying to get those voters. So I feel like he's going to do well in the rural parts too. So I feel like he has good messaging for black voters, white working class families, rural people, and seniors too. I think he'll do well with seniors as well. But obviously, he has a great story too to campaign on as well. So I really do believe Brandon Presley's going to win. Barely. So here's my prediction. Brandon Presley wins barely by around less than a point. But this could go many ways, obviously. I feel like Tate Reeves could win, too. I feel like Tate Reeves is the favorite, but I do think Brandon Presley is going to pull an upset. He is connecting with voters. He's been campaigning hard with, again, I've said this a lot, sound like a broken record, I know, but black voters, white working family, rural voters, seniors. He is really campaigning to fight for them. He is really campaigning to connect with voters and get them out to vote. Obviously, Mississippi elections don't have high turnout, I believe. In 2019, I want to see what the turnout was. Okay, I don't know where I can find it. But I feel like there's a lot of people that want a Democrat, a moderate Democrat, like Brandon Presley, Mississippi. And I really do believe Brandon Presley's going to appeal to them. Because there's a lot of people that don't necessarily love the Republican Party. They love Republican politicians. There's a lot of people that still mostly believe in Democratic policies. But, obviously, but it's a whole thing. You know what I'm talking about. But Brandon Presley is going to connect with them, I believe. And he's going to get turnout with Democratic voters who don't vote. He really has a somewhat grassroots campaign. So I do really think that. Tate Reeves also, is not a really good campaigner. Tate Reeves is not a good speaker too. He is not a charismatic person. Brandon Presley is way more charismatic than Tate Reeves, and he knows better how to connect with voters. Tate Reeves is just this like aloof in some ways, an awkward type of guy. He's not the guy you would want to like talk to. He just seems like this elite rich person who took away your tax money to give like $1.3 million to his personal trainer. You know, he doesn't seem like the guy who's fighting for you. And that's another reason why Tate Reeves, he's not a good candidate. He's not having good messaging too, I believe. Also, Brandon Presley and Tate Reeves had a debate. Tate Reeves didn't do that well. I would believe Brandon Presley won. I'm not name calling, obviously. Both are being kind of negative. Brandon Presley, though, had better on when he was fighting for on his issues, and Tate Reeves wasn't really doing that. He was just calling Brandon Presley a liar and stuff. But I think Brandon Presley won the debate. Now, obviously, I think the debate is going to change a lot of the election. No, not really at all, actually. But I feel like it shows that Tate Reeves is not a good candidate, and it's not a good person to run for office. He's not even a good governor either. He's been a terrible governor, in my opinion. One thing I left out. Tate Reeves had terrible leadership also with the water crisis in Mississippi. Brandon Presley, obviously, is going to benefit from that. So, overall, I think Brandon Presley's going to win. Obviously, I love Brandon Presley. I've been rooting for him. I've done all I can from Minnesota to, help him. I signed up for phone calls with voters. I sadly couldn't do it because something came up, but I know I tried. I might be a little biased, but I do think this is going to be a toss-up. It could be Tate Reeves winning by a small margin, or it would be Brandon Presley winning by a small margin. But I really do believe that Brandon Presley is a person that can pull an upset and shake it up, this election up, for Mississippi more. Because last election, it was kind of close for Mississippi, and Jim Hood was not that great of a candidate. Tate Reeves is just a terrible candidate. He was a standard candidate. I think Brandon Presley is at least 50% better, than Hood. So I really do think that he can win this. But right now it's a toss-up. If I had to say, I do think Brandon Presley might have the edge, or Tate Reeves. But that's my prediction. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will be trying to post more. On Wednesday, the Republican debate is coming up, so I'll try to watch that and give you guys a review of what happened. If I sounded a little sick, I kind of stuff so sorry for that. But if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. If you want more videos, when I finally post, hit the notification bell. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. I will post more. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. And remember, don't give up hope on your dreams.